Alright, what's going on everyone? Captain here, back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video. Today, I'm going to be bringing you guys some Rank 4 Hercules gameplay. I'm really excited to showcase this. It's not going to be, you know, the most crazy, insane, breakthrough, whatever gameplay, like game breaking, like oh my gosh kind of thing. It's just kind of, you know, I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you guys the path that I take, in map 8, since map 8 is still fairly new at this point. Some of you might be looking for some answers, but I think a lot of people have come to the conclusion that Hercules, as we all kind of expected, is amazing for a lot of map 8, including all 3 lanes that I run. I use him every day of AQ for basically every fight that's on my path. There's a few kind of shared nodes that I kind of mix it up sometimes, but even then, like, I probably don't have to. I just choose to give Hercules a little bit of a breather sometimes. So yeah, this is going to be, there's some of the fights that are just kind of ridiculous, and I'll be talking through them as I show you the fights. But yeah, guys, thought this would just be kind of a fun one to show you guys for my path that I run for map 8. And also, I should mention, this is to Loki, we're not like the highest prestige alliance, so the fight prestige numbers could have been higher. I guess we placed 46th during this run. This was on day 5 of map 8 as well, so this was our hardest difficulty day. So yeah, map 8 alliance that placed 46th. This is what map 8 looks like for us. Let's go ahead now, guys, and head on over to the gameplay. All right, so here we go. Just joining up right here. I started right at the get-go. You can see my team here is Hercules, Classic Black Panther, and Captain America Infinity War. Mainly just the synergies are there for Captain Infinity War and Black Panther because they really help out Hercules. Captain America brings an armor break whenever I would complete the feat, and Black Panther makes my specials unblockable. So pretty useful. So for this first section, I go right up the middle, and we have the shared nodes here, which generally I take. They're not super difficult. They have flux dispersal, so every time I hit him, he'll gain a charge there, and it decreases my damage by 5% until I land a heavy attack. But then after that, I have right back at it. So if I knock them down, they become debuff immune. So those nodes together, kind of halfway through the fight, about half the amount of the fight, they're going to be debuff immune. So that's kind of annoying to deal with. And then the last node is pull, which actually means that non-contact attacks do 100% damage. Meanwhile, contact ones deal 75% less. So my damage is actually reduced by about 75% throughout this fight, on top of the flux dispersal mitigation from damage. So my damage numbers should be a lot higher than they are, but as you can see, Hercules still goes through this pretty smoothly. Now, you did see I got hit a little bit earlier. This isn't going to be the most flawless gameplay. I'm actually going to get hit quite a lot in this, but it then just becomes a perfect showcase of how much of a beast Hercules is in this game, as you'll see. I don't want to spoil how it ends throughout the whole run, but you'll see at the end. So here we go, hitting the heavy attack to remove the dispersal charges, and down goes Carnage. Pretty easy fight. Like I said, you barely even notice the 75% reduced damage from the pole node, and that's all thanks to Hercules being at rank 4, obviously hitting a lot harder. So we carried over 3 of our feats because technically we got knocked down there, so we completed all of them, hitting the heavy attack and landing an intercept. Now moving on to Captain Marvel, who has the same nodes, and with this fight, I really focus on baiting out her special 1 as much as possible. Special 2, you know, you can evade it, but it's just a little bit more convenient and easier if you can get her to bait out the special 1. So that, on top of, as well as keeping track of the dispersal charges still, and now she's in debuff immune, so I always got to keep track of that in the back of my mind. I don't want to hit her too many times because I didn't want to have all the dispersal charges when I use my special 2, so I get maximum potential damage out of it there, so that was pretty ideal. Here I go again with baiting the special 1. I stopped right before I was about to push her over, so that was good. And I believe it's this next special attack, though. I think I actually get clipped by it. Coming up here in a second. She did go into her binary mode, but now that's gone, so don't worry about that. and she's kind of being a little stingy here. Finally throws it, and I guess I mistimed it there because the last bit of it clips me, but it doesn't really matter. She is just about dead, and so that time I decided just to block the special one because I just didn't have the spacing and the timing right there. And again, I don't know what happened there. I just kind of mistimed it, or I think I went to hit her interceptor with the special attack, but I must have missed the special attack button, so that was on me, I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly. These fights were a little while ago. So after those shared nodes are done, I go over to the right side here to take on this Hulkbuster. And this fight, this whole lane here is geared toward like trying to influence you to use mystic attackers, but as you'll see here, I basically just ignore that and go in with Hercules, because when I first started doing this path, I tried to go the mystic route, and if you can't remove the armor ups on this Hulkbuster at the beginning, he reduces your ability reduction by 25%, I think it is, or 20% for each armor up, and then those just stack up real quick. You see there, he countered me a little bit, so that was kind of annoying. Basically, I just found the easiest way though is to use someone who can remove the armor ups quickly, and that's where Hercules with Captain America Infinity War works out pretty well, and then this Hulkbuster goes down really quick. But yeah, I didn't really get around to talking about what the nodes are. This fight was over so fast, but the nodes in this path are whenever they activate a special attack, they become stun immune, so that's something to deal with. Feat of energy 2, and the attacker reaches 2 bars of power. The defender gains a power gain buff, and then the last one, while fighting a mystic attacker, they become immune to nullify, fate seal, and stagger, and that's where there is a crossfight ability on this that helps mystic champions fight or work around that, but I just found it easier just to use Hercules because I get quick access to that armor up. Don't have to worry about, or the armor break, don't have to worry about that in the Hulkbuster fight, and then the rest of the path he just clears. But obviously now we took a bit of damage there from that Hulkbuster. A bit of damage, I mean a decent, quite a bit, more than I would have liked, but that's fine. I'm Hercules, not too worried about it. You can see how quickly this Venom is just dropping because we're starting it already with 10 feats. We have the 12 because we've completed multiple in this fight already. Now we're trying to get him to bait out the special one. I was thinking probably like I could probably try to go for a full 5-hit combo and go into a special one to kill him, and that's what I end up doing. So here we go, special one, and he's dead. So yeah, not too much to worry about there with that Venom. He can be kind of annoying sometimes if he doesn't throw that special attack, but usually he's pretty good because obviously you want to avoid that special too. Moving on up to Jubilee. Again, our health is low, but we always have our immortality in our back pocket in case we slip up. But Jubilee here, not too much to deal with. One heavy attack there, you can see, did nearly 15% health. Then I do 2 more hits. I've done 4 hits here, and 25% of her health is gone. I've done 6 hits. She's nearly at 50%. I mean, she's just a very glass cannon champion, so nothing much to worry about with here. Just full combo into a special one, and down goes Jubilee. Now the next fight, the last fight on this path, is usually the most difficult, with Hercules at least. Before, when I was using Dr. Doom or someone mystic for this path, that Hulkbuster was really annoying to deal with, but now using Hercules, this Nova is the only one that can be kind of annoying. I have to deal with his auto block feature, his natural power gain, the direct damage that he does into your blocked hits, and he can kind of be obnoxious sometimes. Let's see here, I get that auto block out of the way quickly, and since I'm already ramped up all the way, my damage is just insane at this point. He's not throwing the special one, trying to bait it out, but trying to bait it. Finally, he would have to bait the special 2, and luckily I nailed the the dex on that. So that was always a satisfying one to dodge. And then that special 1 too, I actually thought was gonna hit me when I was doing it, but luckily I hit it right, so it was good. And then there we go, down goes the Nova. Probably one of my cleanest takedowns of that guy since I started map 8, and I guess I could say it's probably thanks to a rank 4 Hercules now. So moving on to section 2, I didn't get to help out with any of the bosses, mini bosses. I actually don't think I have any mini boss or final boss fights on this, which is a little bit of a bummer, but just timing wise, the way this is map 8 has kind of worked. Usually doesn't fit up with my schedule, and I'm usually asleep at certain times or whatever. But moving on to section 2, we have on the left side here, Power Shield, Aggression, Regeneration, and Hurt Locker, all pretty straightforward nodes, so only going to be doing damage while I use a special attack. And prior to having him at rank 4, it usually would take a special 1 and then a special 2, at least for this Magneto. And I decided to experiment this being my first time using the rank 4 against him and see if maybe if I just use 2 special 1s, if that's going to be enough, because obviously Hurt Locker as well, I don't really want to use the same special back-to-back because I'll take a burst of damage, but if the second special 1 kills him, then it doesn't matter. So I figured, why not? Let's give it a try, see what happens. First one nearly did 50% health, and boom, there he goes. Down goes Magneto. 2 special 1s. Don't have to worry about Hurt Locker. There is the crossfight path or crossfight nodes on this one too. Benefits using different special attacks as well, but again, if I'm just killing them in 2 special 1s, it doesn't even matter. So going in with this Tigra, she already usually died with just 2 special 1s anyways, because she, again, like the Jubilee, is a bit of a glass cannon character. So now at rank 4, should have to worry about it even less. It's just a matter of baiting out her special 1s. This fight has actually killed me a handful of times if I go in with very little health. If I get clipped or anything, I think it's called Neutralize or whatever it is, will prevent my immortality from triggering, and then I'll just drop. So that's been a bit of an issue occasionally, but luckily this run, I take her down first try, no problems. Down goes Tigra. I forgot her name for a second there. And then last fight on this path is a Jabari Panther. Almost said Jabari Parker, like the NBA player. Just can't stop myself sometimes. And this is same bit more, just use 2 special 1s, and then the fight's gonna be over. So another glass cannon character. She does be kind of annoying with shrugging off the debuff, so if you go for the parries, kind of got to be ready for that. But overall, pretty straightforward path here. Can pretty much use any champion. This fight, she does actually kind of turtle up on me a little bit, and just keeps regenning her health up, and then it lasts a little bit longer than this fight usually does. But you'll see here, like, she's just gonna get back, and that aggression regen is gonna keep growing here in a minute, and she nearly gets up to 100% health, I think. And I'm just gonna throw a special 2, and well, you'll see the damage. So here you can go. See, she's got up to 5 of them. She's got over 90% health again. I'm just trying to get to a special 2, because now at this point my special 1 won't kill her again. So I figured special 2, I've got 2 cruelties still. Let's see. Oh, first hit did nearly 90,000 damage, plus the 47 plus the 50 direct damage. So yeah, over 90,000 damage, and she just goes down. I might not have even had to use 1 special 1 in the first place. Could have potentially gone straight to the special 2, and she might be dead. So yeah, path 2 or section 2 down. Usually I take the Mangog and then the Yellow Jacket shared fights here, but someone else in my alliance had already moved up and taken those down, so unfortunately didn't get to take those. Those are the fights I usually mix it up, and I actually use Captain Infinity War for Mangog, and then Black Panther here, who's only rank 1 against the Yellow Jacket, who I usually can solo him with Black Panther is pretty good. So just went ahead and threw him in against this Mr. Negative. Didn't even bother to read the nodes. Didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, I got wrecked there. So then I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just go in with Hercules, finish this guy off, and call it a day. So I figured I'd read the nodes here, looked at it real quick. Honestly, didn't even really read them, if I'm being honest. Just figured I'll just go in with Hercules and be good to go. And you can just see, yeah, he's gonna die here in a couple seconds. Just the damage, the direct damage, just over time, it just adds up so much. And down goes Mr. Negative. Again, I did not get a chance. I could have moved up here, but I think actually at the time of recording this, Pretty sure I was playing Call of Duty with some friends, and so I just kind of quickly did those fights, and we were just starting up, and I'm like, I could hop in and do the mini boss here, so that was an opportunity I could have done, but like I was playing COD, so had to take a break. And then here again, I usually take these shared fights at the beginning here, but my alliance members were right on top of it today, of course, when I'm trying to record them all, and I'm like, guys, can you let me do these? I'm trying to record them. So I was tagging them in the line chat. But here we go with the shared fight against Hulkbuster here. Stun, vulnerability, tenacity, and power drain. If I get hit by a special attack, my power will be drained. That's how that works. The vision before this also has these same nodes, so yeah, if they're stunned, I'm going to be doing a lot of damage, but tenacity makes it so that the stun doesn't usually stick. See, I got lucky there on that first one, and now like I messed up the timing on that one a little bit. I don't know how I really messed that up, but I was pretty frustrated because now I have 6% health, which obviously is not ideal, but I still have my immortality. Think I should be fine for the rest of the path here. So now going on to my path, I start out with this one with the Overseer, and this fight, the main things you got to worry about are Aspect of Death. If you get hit by a special attack, it's an instant KO. Footloose, whenever they activate a special attack, they become unstoppable, and they gain an evade charge. The thing with the Aspect of Death, though, with Hercules, it'll trigger his immortality, so you wouldn't actually die. So that's kind of nice. Also the first one, use it or lose it. The other node here, whenever I gain a bar of power, I have a countdown timer to use it. Otherwise, I'll lose some of my special meter. So yeah, that's kind of the thing to pay attention to here and there. And then the cross fight on this path makes it so if I parry while they have the unstoppable, it removes the unstoppable. Honestly, don't 100% know what it is because I just ignore it with Hercules and just go in and just kill them. You saw how fast that Overseer dropped, and the rest of this path again is some more glass cannon-y type characters. So Hercules, usually I don't even have to worry about it. Like I said, even if I get hit by a special attack, I have more immortality to fall back on. So we're going in against this Black Widow, and a lot of these fights, they don't even end up getting a special attack off sometimes if they play passively. Of course, she throws it now, so I gotta wait out this evade charge. But there have been many times running this path where even before he was rank 4, obviously, he was only rank 3, they just decided they didn't want to throw a special attack, which makes it a super easy path because then you don't have to worry about 2/3 of the nodes. You don't have Aspect of Death and Footloose become irrelevant, and then you're just fighting whatever the champion is. So it makes it pretty straightforward there with Hercules. Up next, you got, and not just Hercules, I guess it'd be for anybody if they play passively. You don't have to worry about anything. Medusa here, Hercules, a great option for always because he does counter the autoblock. You can see I mistimed there. She wasn't really going for the backdrafts, and I got pushed into immortality, and I'm like, well, let's just see what happens here if I just throw a special 2. And yeah, it worked out in my favor. So see you later, Medusa. On to the final fight of my map 8 path, and that is going to be this Spider-Ham. Like I said, once again, a little bit of a glass cannon character. You'll notice the theme here. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't take offense to it if it is, but I got a lot of the glass cannon characters make these fights easy. But I just know Hercules, he's used by most people in my alliance in map 8 as well, so it's not just this path he's good for. He's good for all of them. So like I think it's like half of my alliance uses, or my battle group at least, has him on their team. You see here Spider-Ham, he's about to drop in 3, 2, and 1. One special 1, and he is dead. And that is it, guys, for my map 8. A little bit of rank 4 Hercules gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.